How are you guys today on this Saturday? Now, this topic is a little bit unusual. Um, it's something that I've been thinking about for quite some time, and um, there's been a lot of chatter, in my opinion, when it comes down to Desmond Ridder. I think we all are aware to the fact that Brock Purdy. Um, I'm not exactly sure if this is a fan voting or it's legit that this guy has been labeled the rookie of the year. If anybody can give me information on that, like I said, it's just something that I saw myself, K Styles, that this guy is quote unquote been labeled rookie of the year. And I want to debunk that. And I think this is, quite frankly, one of the reasons why this video title is titled the exact way. And this isn't simply a video that is stated for, that's slated just for the Atlanta Falcons. I think there's, when it comes down to ESPN and a lot of these um, media sources, I think there's an obvious bias when it comes down to players that they want to portray. And I wanna say something, and it's probably something that no one has even thought about. Take a look at this number. What is Brock Purdy's number? Anybody want to take a wild guess? What is his number? Okay, what number does he wear on his jersey? I just want everybody to kind of take a second to really think about this. Okay, how everybody doing? But I got to get this out. Like I'm what you may call a conspiracy theorist, but I just hear me out when we say this. Okay, everybody look at this man's number. Take a wild guess. Everybody says 13. Yeah, it's 13. His number is 13. Anybody take a guess that your boy who just retired? Anybody want to take a wild guess what his number was? Hmm. Yeah, here go Mike tripping again. I can hear y'all voices now. Here go Mike tripping again. The reason why I say this, the reason why I say this, man, is because I think there is an obvious bias when it comes down to this guy. I think it's absolute horseshit for anyone. And like I said, maybe this has everything to do with the fact that Mr. All right, fuck it. Let me just start. Let me start beating around the bush. I think it's absolute trash to go out of your way to say that this guy should be labeled the rookie of the year. All right. I think it's horse shit. I think it's absolute bull crap that you got this guy and Brock Purdy. I think he's played in 9 games, if I'm not mistaken, but he started 6 games with 1,300 yards. Okay. A guy that has had a grand total of 1,300 yards. Okay. 13 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. So he's one. 7 games. 7 games he started, 9 games he's played in all season. 7 games he started, 9 that he's played all season. And he's considered to be rookie of the year. If I were anybody in the NFL, you know, especially players, this would piss me off to the umpteenth degree. And this is why you got wide receivers, you got defensive ends, you got all these players are going out of their way to say that you got these players going out of their way to, I need my money. Because you got spoiled punk bastard quarterbacks that's getting hogging all the glory, hogging all the spotlight when they do absolutely as minimum as they possibly can, especially with a team like the San Francisco 49ers. You got a guy that has been there 7 games, and all he really has to do is do what the hell he's told. He does exactly what he's told. We all know Kyle Shanahan, Kenneth Walker, Tyler Algier. These guys should be considered to be rookie of the year. And like I said, don't know the. So was that a legit list as far as the? So that was that a legit list when it come down to not a list, but that rookie of the year? Was that something that was legit? Like I said, I don't know if that's legit, but I saw the list and they had Brock Purdy as the number one as rookie of the year. And like I said, I believe that I don't like I said, don't know if that was fan voted, but this goes into what we was talking about. We just got rid of a guy. And this is why ESPN shoved that shit up our behinds over and over again because of this type of stuff. They shoved Tom Brady up our behinds because of stuff like this. Because fans get so caught up in, yeah, Brock Purdy, these guys are winning. They don't care about how he's winning or if he's one of the main reasons as to why they are winning. They don't care about that. All they care about is, well, guess what? We're winning. How the hell does a guy like Walker and Tyler Algier, these guys are on the bottom of the totem pole when it comes down to rookie of the year? How the fuck does Sauce Gardner have a year that he's had on the defensive end and we're not even talking about, not like I said, no doubt. How the hell these guys are not even being qualified to even talked about as far as rookie of the year? This is the stuff we talking about when we're talking about these quarterbacks. This is the main reasons why I've said that I do not want any quarterback that's going to cost me $40 to $50 million. It's because of this. And like I said, I'm a conspiracy theorist. Like I'll be the first one to tell you. But Brock Purdy is one, Mr. Irrelevant, the last pick in the draft. Anybody want to take a wild guess? Um, the quarterback that they portrayed to be you know, the greatest of all time. Anybody want to take a wild guess as to where he was drafted? Just want to know. Damian Pierce, 196. It's like a lot of these, a lot of these players have been having wonderful years. And he was drafted in the 199 sixth round. Okay. So Tom Brady is yeah. They gotta have a story. The one thing about ESPN, and I tell you this is and the way this is titled, it's all about the ugly truth when it comes down to ESPN. They don't give a damn about what's going on as far as the game is concerned. Their job isn't to make sure that we are up to date on the stats of the players to help us follow our team and your team. Their job isn't to do that. Their only job is to make sure that they make as much money as they possibly can. And that's to sell you a bunch of bull crap to the day that it does not happen. That's their job. You heard what I said? Their job is to sell you bull crap until the day it doesn't happen. Most 98% of the things that ESPN puts out never truly happens. These guys sell articles. I remember you guys. I don't know if you guys remember the magazine NFL Insiders, where they would tell you things about. All right, this is what the word on the street is, and it used to be fairly accurate, but now it's complete bullshit. Now everything we see with this NFL Insider is complete hogwash. This man has one of the best offensive coordinators in the league, and Kyle Shanahan as a play caller. And we're talking about this dude being rookie of the year, that he led the team with 1,300 yards passing. Yeah, he's rookie of the year with 1,300 yards passing, 13 touchdowns. And barely, did much of anything in the playoffs. Just saying, this guy has one of the best running games in the league. One has what the I think they were number one or number two ranked defense in the league. One of the best coaches in the league who just went on the defensive side of the ball, and D'Amico Ryans just got a head coaching job with the Texans. And we're talking about Brock Purdy is rookie of the year. Most rookie of the years don't have multiple Pro Bowlers on offense. And we're talking about three offense. We're talking about three players on offense. Debo Samuel, George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey, Trent Williams. All these guys are Pro Bowlers. Oh, four Pro Bowlers on one team. Name a quarterback that's been a rookie that have had at least four. I'm talking about four Pro Bowl players. Yeah. How valuable can this guy be when you have all of this at your disposal? And I'm not advocating for Desmond Ridder to be the rookie of the year, but the problem is that why in the hell is there an obvious agenda when it comes down to these quarterbacks who just so happen to look a certain way, talk a certain way, and play for certain organizations? All of the big organizations, you look at the Patriots, you look at the Dallas Cowboys. When they look a certain way, they tend to get breaks. And I'm gonna shoot this shit all the way down. I'm gonna give the Cowboys some love when it comes down to a certain person. Fuck the Cowboys, but I gotta give this particular guy, some love. I gotta show him some love because I don't like how the fuck they been going at Dak. Yeah, I said it. I don't like how they been going at Dak. That team is a fucking disgrace. Okay? And Dak is far from the fucking problem when it comes down to the Dallas Cowboys. The organization has no fucking clue what they want to do. And Jerry Jones, you fire the offensive coordinator when the head coach needs to be fired. The defensive coordinator is a fucking bum. But we're going to say, yeah, let's fire the offensive coordinator. And then they go out of their way to shit on Dakota. And like I said, he's gonna do what he do, but Dak is far from the fucking problem in Dallas. Yeah, I'm not gonna get a lot of likes for this. I probably won't get a lot of love for this one because I'm defending the Cowboys. But I'm just saying, people. My problem with this is that why is when a quarterback look a certain way, they jump all on his nuts. Just saying. Anybody heard of Zach Wilson? Yeah, they were claiming he was gonna be the next great thing since Joe Namath. And they realized he was fucking trash because, you know, ended up getting benched, but they ended up jumping off his bandwagon because, they ended up, bombing. But they had him when this guy had no look, I'm gonna be real, coming into the draft, he had no business even going that high. He was never that good to begin with. But somehow, some way, we got these guys like Todd McShay and Mel Kiper Jr., who hype these guys up to be so great as quarterbacks, and are not even that damn good to begin with. These guys have yet to even have careers as good as a Desmond Ridder. If you look at Desmond Ridder and what he's done at Cincinnati, with the lack of weapons offensively, especially when it comes down to the offensive line, the running game, the defensive talent, somehow he still willed his team to win games, and he's one of the most winningest quarterbacks in college history. The most statistical, we're talking about stats and wins, all that together. This guy has done all of this, and he gets absolutely no credit. And a lot of people right now, I'm gonna say this too, nobody gave no one, okay? Nobody knew that Patrick Mahomes was gonna be as good as he was. He didn't get any love. He didn't get this much love coming into the draft. Oh no. Patrick Mahomes did not get this much love coming into the draft. And who the fuck is Will Levis? And let's just become like that. This is exactly what we talk about. You try to turn these dudes into something that they never were to begin with. Now, am I saying that Will Levis doesn't have skills? No. But don't give me this bullshit that he need to be taken in the top 15 because that's fucking trash. Will fucking Levis, who the hell even know what this dude did? outside of his own fan base. So these are the things that I talk about when we talk about quarterbacks. And the main reason why I really wanted to do this live, because I want to get you guys' thoughts on this. Really want to get you guys' thoughts on this. And why in the hell does Brock Purdy get so much love for being on a great team? This San Francisco 49ers team is built the right way. And somehow, some way, this dude who just hands the ball off and they average over 120, 130 yards, 120 yards every damn game. One of the best offensive in the NFL. And somehow this dude, when we talk about offenses, we talk about they don't score a lot of points, but their defense put them in position to score a lot of points. The defense gets stops. And I'm gonna get into that. I'm getting into that. And this is the reason why we're talking about the ugly truth about the ESPN. We're gonna hit these, like I said, we're gonna hit it hard with this, man. Because the truth of the matter is it goes both ways. It's not only ESPN. The problem lies with us. How you doing, Jew? What's good, bro? But the problem lies with us as fans. Oh God, here go Mike go again. Here Mike go again, pointing the finger at fans. Well, this is the problem. We get so carried away because teams are winning, we forget to look at the team in its entirety. This is one of the main reasons why I've said if anybody that believes personally that Arthur Smith needs to be fired or he's on the hot seat or he's not doing a good job, his offense isn't that great, you need a rude awakening because you need to look at the stats and the facts. But the facts and the stats, when it comes down to Arthur Smith, he has one of the most efficient offenses in the league. Oh, it's true. It's damn true. Oh, it's true. You ain't got to like it, but it's the truth. Why is it that the 49ers, who damn near run the exact same formations, the exact same runs and plays that we run here in Atlanta, they do the same thing. They will run the ball 40, 50 times in a game. Nobody complains about it. But when the Falcons do it, everybody in Falcons Nation want to say we need to fire Arthur Smith because his offense is boring. Hmm. Yeah, let's fire Arthur Smith because his offense is boring. Make that make sense, people. Make it make sense. We want to bring in Lamar Jackson and then say on the other hand that Arthur Smith offense is boring. Hmm? How was that? How was it that Arthur Smith offense is boring, but we worship the ground that Baltimore works on, and specifically Lamar Jackson. We worship the ground that Lamar Jackson walk on, and then we worship. And when we look at Arthur Smith and say, Arthur, your offense fucking sucks. We need to fire you. We only won 7 games. San Francisco is literally doing the exact same thing. The only difference with their offense and our offense is pretty much nothing. Yeah, I said it. It's pretty much nothing. The difference between our offense and San Francisco offense is experience. That's the only difference. Oh, look at it for yourself. They don't throw for a lot of. They don't throw for a ton of yards, and they don't throw for a ton of yards in San Francisco. They never really did. But we go out of our way to say Arthur Smith needs to be fired because our offense looks boring. That we stomach and we turn on the game, 4 o'clock Eastern time, to watch the San Francisco 49ers, or when they're on Monday Night Football, or when they're on Sunday Night Football, we look at them and say, God damn, this is a good ass team. But then turn around and look at the Atlanta Falcons and say, oh, God damn, we suck. When the Falcons had, as a defense, had the best, we're talking about the best numbers when it comes down to keeping teams from scoring in the second half. The Falcons were #1 in the second half of the season. Yeah, the Falcons turned their defense around. You see how this works? You see how it works, people? We worship the ground that San Francisco walks on. We worship the ground that Baltimore works on. We worship the ground that Lamar Jackson walks on. Guys like Kyler Murray, he put up all these insane numbers, and then all of a sudden, this motherfucker can't even get a guy to even take the fucking job. Excuse my language. I apologize. But they can't even get a guy to come in Arizona to even get the dang on job. But Arthur Smith needs to be fired. Maybe I'm just not understanding. Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe it's me. It's me. It's me. It's DDP. Well, not really. But you get the picture. Maybe I'm the problem. There's a problem with the media. And the problem with the media is us. It's the fans. We like what we like as fans, and that's all we care about. We care about being entertained rather than enjoying the art of the game. Now, everybody doesn't have to enjoy the art of the game, but where it becomes a problem is the media. The media is going to keep giving you and feeding you everything that you want as a fan. And we got to understand when we've been fed propaganda. And the propaganda that they're feeding us is, I'm going to just say it just like this. We want a black man here in Atlanta. We want a black man in Georgia. Because this is a recession, people. Let me say this again. The economy and the world is trying to rebound from what COVID. So what they're trying to do is put all of the money makers in certain aspects of the country. And Atlanta just so happened to be Hollywood East, Hollywood South, however you want to see it. Yeah, people are moving from California to Georgia, from New York to Georgia. Just saying. So they want to put a Negro in front of y'all because you know what? They know black people gonna get behind them. Black people gonna get behind Lamar Jackson. We know that. I know that. You know that. I'm just saying. And the reason why I said this is because it's like it's the Trey Young disease when it comes down to Desmond Ridder. And I'm gonna say it. Look, like I said, it's the truth. It's the truth. You know deep down in your heart that you know this is the truth. It's the Trey Young disease. Trey Young don't have nappy black hair. Trey Young don't talk like us. Well, I want to say most. I wouldn't even say that. That's probably too far. But Trey Young talks proper. He looks a certain way. His hair looks a certain way. But he doesn't truly represent what they think that black people should look like. He doesn't carry himself with a certain swagger when it comes down to the way he talks, the way he looks. Desmond Ridder, it's the same thing. It's nothing cool about Desmond Ridder. You know what I'm saying? Dude is a hell of a baller, but nobody gives a shit. The dude in college was an absolute stud. The only reason why he didn't win championships like this is because he went to Cincinnati. Had he went to Alabama, this dude would be a top 10 pick. I promise you that. Had Desmond Ridder went to Georgia, Georgia would probably had a national championship probably 3 years in a row if they had a Desmond Ridder. I can promise you that. This is how good this young man is. When you talk about a leader, when you talk about a guy that has the mental fortitude and the nuts that hang, this is Desmond Ridder. This dude has done nothing short of being absolutely amazing in his growth as a quarterback, and yet nobody gives him any credit for it whatsoever because they're so busy looking at Lamar, looking back to Michael Vick and want to relive that era that they do not want to give this guy any freaking credit. Now, this is the reason why I made the video earlier today about Brock Purdy and Desmond Ridder. I say to myself, why in the hell, what makes Brock Purdy so much better than Desmond Ridder? Because I want to know. Because I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it on tape. I'm not seeing it on film. I'm just not seeing it. What makes Brock Purdy so much better than Desmond Ridder? Because I do not see it. I can honestly sit here with a straight face and say, I do not see how Brock Purdy is better than Desmond Ridder. Because I can put it on film and say, all right, this was a horrible throw by Brock. But guess what? He was, bailed out because he got great players around him. He got a good offensive coordinator that's gonna make him look a whole lot better than what he actually is. The media wants us to believe in Hamlin is still alive. Look, man, see, this is stuff we talking about. Falcons fans, we got to start speaking up for our content creators that are standing behind our organization because these guys are going out of their way to make Arthur Blank look like a piece of crap, to make him look like he's freaking stupid. This dude has one of the most, we're talking about one of the most successful businesses in the whole United States. We're talking about in the United States and Home Depot, but they painting him picture out like he don't know what the hell he doing. This dude bought a damn soccer team and then won a championship. But they're painting the picture that Arthur doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. How the hell do you put together a team in the Atlanta Falcons that made it to the Super Bowl, the Atlanta United who won the MLS championship, and this guy has no idea what he's doing? This is the picture that the ESPN is painting. That a guy like Rich McKay, who just so happened to be the head of the NFL competition committee, let me repeat that again. The guy that is ahead of the NFL competition committee, that he doesn't know what he's doing. That Arthur Blank, who's ahead of the owners association, Arthur is that guy. But they're painting the picture that Arthur doesn't know what he's doing. This is what ESPN is doing to us. Time and time again, we hear these rumors when it comes down to these players. Who the hell Aaron Rodgers ain't no, who the hell even think about putting Aaron Rodgers in Atlanta? Why the hell would Aaron Rodgers even want to come to Atlanta? All of a sudden, they want Aaron Rodgers to come here. ESPN writing these articles. Sports Illustrated is writing these articles. They had Ryan Tannehill, they had Aaron Rodgers, they had Lamar Jackson. Why is it that every other franchise, when it comes down to these quarterbacks, they're not saying, well, we got to get Aaron Rodgers over there. They're not going out of their way to say, all right, Aaron Rodgers need to be in New York. Aaron Rodgers need to be in San Francisco or whatever. But year after year, it's always a quarterback controversy. Because ESPN is worried about dollars, your dollar. They want you to get behind a black quarterback that appropriates a certain image, and I mean a hip hop image. This is why they wanted Trey Lance so bad in Atlanta. This is why they wanted Justin Fields in Atlanta so bad. So they can go back and start making that Michael Vick money. They want to go back and start making that Michael Vick money. Because guess what? Michael Vick brought in the views. The people went to these bars. They went to the games. They got behind Michael Vick financially. Okay? People went stupid. When we talk about Michael Vick and the merchandise that he said, it's insane. If Patrick Mahomes was a free agent, somehow a free agent, he would be the best. Look, it wouldn't even be Atlanta. They don't want successful quarterbacks here. You never heard them say, all right, Tom Brady need to be in Atlanta. Why? You wanna know that? Anybody ever heard a story that said Tom Brady need to be in Atlanta? By ESPN? By Fox? Anybody wanna guess why? Hmm. I'll wait for that. I'm waiting, like I said, I'm waiting on a few comments. I'm just like, when the last time you ever heard them saying they need to get Tom Brady in Atlanta? When did the media has ever said, all right, Tom Brady need to get in Atlanta? Yeah, that doesn't happen. See, this is why I say that the disrespect for Desmond Ridder is at an all-time high. And I think it's pretty fucking disgusting, to be honest. I think it's pretty disgusting to see so much hate for Desmond. I'm gonna say hate, but so much disrespect for this guy. You go out of your way. This guy has played a grand total of 7 games started, and we're saying Brock Purdy is ready to be the starter in San Francisco. After 7 long years, I'm back. No, I'm just playing. But after 7 games, this guy is already the answer in San Francisco. And we're talking about before the injury. So make that clear. But after 7 years, this guy is supposed to be the answer in San Francisco. But after 4 games, Desmond Ridder hasn't shown enough to at least say that he warrants that starting job. What the hell have we seen in 7 games to say Brock Purdy is that guy? Because we haven't seen Brock Purdy in bad odds. I don't remember seeing him down by 40 and him still putting up numbers, or him down by 20 in the fourth quarter and Brock Purdy led his team back to, like, we haven't seen that. So why is it that Brock Purdy deserves that honor to say, all right, he can be trusted versus Desmond Ridder to be trusted, when Desmond Ridder clearly doesn't have the defense and the team around him to make sure that he even looks his best. We didn't see him with a Kyle Pitts. We didn't see him with without a Kyle Pitts. We didn't see him with a Kyle Pitts. Brock Purdy had all of his weapons. Debo, Kittle, CMC. He had all his weapons. Offensive line. Yeah, all those guys. Desmond Ridder didn't have it, and he still helped lead this team to 7. But we don't trust Desmond Ridder, but we trust Brock Purdy. I just wanted to make sense. They talk about, I'm hearing goofy stuff about, oh, Brock Purdy has poise. Meanwhile, he played the Philadelphia Eagles, and look, that dude was running for his life the whole damn game, the whole 4 quarters. But he has poise. This is the stuff we talking about. That dude had this whole season and the team served on a silver platter, but we trust him. But Desmond Ridder, he played well with a flawed offense. And particularly not the offensive line, but the passing game. The passing game with Atlanta, let's keep it real, it's flawed. We need to upgrade several positions on the offense when it comes down to the receiver position. But somehow, some way, Desmond Ridder isn't to be trusted, but Brock Purdy, who had everything his way, we never saw him struggle in any form. Oh, no, excuse me. We saw him struggle in games, and he got a pass for it. Ridder will prove all the naysayers wrong, just as he did in college. Those knucklehead mainstream medias are acting like Ridder is as an afterthought. And that's Tony. That's the problem that I have. That's the biggest problem that I have. The Falcons never say that this guy. They've said that to 2 or 3 people on this entire team. That Grady Jarrett is our guy. That Jake Matthews is our guy. That Chris Lindstrom, AJ Terrell. They've said it to a handful of guys on this team. They don't go out of their way, Kyle Pitts. They don't go out of their way to say, all right, you've earned our respect. Even with Kyle Pitts, they say Kyle Pitts still has a long way to go. But we think he's going to be a good player for years to come. But they haven't went out their way to say, all right, Kyle Pitts is the guy that we're going to build the team on. I think it's a foregone conclusion that him being drafted at 4, that they're going to build the team around, his skill set. But we can't say without a shadow of a doubt, looks like, oh, Kyle Pitts has arrived. Yeah, he made it to the Pro Bowl. It's like, how can we belittle Desmond Ridder when he's played with so much less than what other quarterbacks are playing with? I don't see him being able to play with a defense like that. I've seen Desmond Ridder make clutch throws in clutch times this year, preseason and on the regular season, when he had the chance. Now, the question lies too for the people that I have a major problem with. This is the problem that I have with a lot of, and these are people, and excuse me, this is people who I respect saying this type of stuff. This is the major problem that I have with a lot of people. Is that on one hand, you say, all right, Aaron Rodgers is one of the greatest of all time, and man, this guy, his skills are just elite. Well, Aaron Rodgers came in as a flawed quarterback. That's why he sat in the green room for so long. He was a flawed quarterback. He sat for 3 years. And then we say things like Arthur Smith made a bad decision because he sat the guys for, 9 games. These are the things that we're talking about. As if you guys do not understand it yourself. Brett Favre was an absolute failure his first couple of years in Atlanta. He went to Green Bay, got the tutelage, and he became a motherfucking Hall of Famer. But somehow Arthur Smith was a fucking fool for sitting his quarterback for half a damn season. What the hell are we talking about, people? This is the shit that we talking about. Excuse my language, I apologize. But this is the stuff that really burns me up because we have guys who have this knowledge and then we go out of our way to say Arthur made a mistake because we didn't see Desmond Ridder immediately. Arthur Smith is a fucking idiot because he didn't start Desmond Ridder early to see what we needed to see. We saw what we needed to see. The fact of the matter, it didn't wow you guys. He didn't make a 70-yard run like Justin Fields or Lamar Holmes. Lamar Holmes. But Lamar Jackson, that's the problem. It's all about instant gratification. It has become a major problem in our society. Nobody wants to wait and be patient. Everybody has to be instantly gratified. That's the fucking problem. Bill Belichick sat Tom Brady. Let's be freaking honest. Tom Brady wasn't ready. That's why he wasn't the starter. He didn't win that job. But they prepared him the right way, so when he got his job, Tom Brady was ready. But we want to point the finger and say, Arthur Smith, you're a fucking idiot because you didn't start him immediately. Make it make sense, people. This is exactly what we're talking about. Give this guy a fucking chance to even show something. He may not ever be it, but we're going to say that he doesn't deserve to be the starter because we haven't seen enough of him. Does anybody remember what Josh Allen? Josh Allen was considered to be a bust in his first couple of years. This man here, boy. Matt Ryan, even in his rookie year, he went through a period of games where he just didn't play, he didn't play great. He played well enough, but even in his first year, Peyton Manning threw like 20-some interceptions, 19, 20 interceptions. He was a mess. He had good games, he had bad games. But most of these quarterbacks struggled. How you doing, John? And like I said, the thing is with Jalen Hurts is exactly that. That's the perfect barometer when it comes down to how to build, especially quarterbacks of today. It's Jalen Hurts. They don't ask him to do too much. They ask him to maintain the game, manage the game. One, manage the game. Don't make mistakes. Don't throw interceptions. Make plays with your legs here and there. And every once in a while, we may need you to make a couple of passes in big time situations. That's all he asks. They don't ask Jalen Hurts to do too much, but that's his job. He's not out here throwing for 4,000, 5,000 yards. His number was similar to what Ryan Tannehill got. And like I said, that's the problem that's the major problem that I have. That everybody is going out of Joe Montana's another man. Come on, man. It's too many examples of quarterbacks sitting. Too many quarterbacks, of great quarterbacks sitting, taking their time. Michael Vick didn't even play. I think Mike played like 2 games. Started like 2 games in his first year. What are we talking about, people? Carson Palmer is so many quarterbacks. So many quarterbacks that had to go earn their time, earn their keep, and then come in and be successful. Eli Manning, it's so many. Eli Manning sat under Kurt Warner. So many success stories. Ben Roethlisberger, he didn't start like that. Phillip Rivers, Drew Brees. We can keep going on and on and on and on. It happens, people. And this is the problem that I have with people, and we're talking about well-respected journalists. Calling Arthur a fucking idiot because we didn't start Desmond Ridder day one. And then we praise guys like Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, who sat most of their first couple of years. Aaron Rodgers sat for 3 fucking years, people. Mahomes. He said the best thing that happened to him is playing in the practice squad, playing with the practice squad, playing against the second team defense. That's how he got better. This came out of Patrick Mahomes' mouth. He said that was the best thing for him in his career. Sitting, practicing against that second team the defense, and getting better as a quarterback. But sitting was the best things for him. Aaron Rodgers, so many other guys. Brett Favre, Brett Favre didn't play a lot of games. Yeah, you're right. And then when he got in, he played like trash. So it's not like I said, it's not even the fans that are really the most irritating part when it comes down to, the Falcons and Arthur Smith and Terry Fontenot and how these guys are building a team. It's the hypocritical as journalists that they're so focused on trying to make a dollar that they put out false information and they say things like Arthur Smith is failing because we didn't see Desmond Ridder right off the bat. How the hell? I'll never get it. I'll never get it. Young quarterbacks coming and should pray to play behind an established quarterback. Just saying, my man. Just saying. And even the young quarterbacks that come in, most of these guys don't have a quarterback whisperer, and I use that term loosely, with Jacksonville's Doug Peterson. Most young quarterbacks don't have a Doug Peterson to learn from. This is why that's why excuse me, this is why Justin Fields look like ass as quarterback. Justin Fields look like absolute ass when it comes down to learning how to be a quarterback. Is Justin Fields gonna make plays with his legs? Of course. The dude is dynamic when it comes down to making plays with his legs. One of the best playmakers in the NFL when it comes down to making plays with his legs. But as a quarterback, nah, don't do it to yourself. And there's questions of whether or not, and Chicago say that they're going to trade that pick away, but we'll see how that goes. They get the right proposal, I can guarantee you they might be trading him. I can guarantee you if they get the right trade for Justin Fields, oh, they getting rid of that Negro. They get the right trade. It's like I said, even with Justin Fields, the biggest problem with Justin Fields is he doesn't have the right people around him. He doesn't have the right coaching staff. You want to say he hand look this is the dumb shit this is why I say Chicago is so freaking stupid. The statement that they put out about Justin Fields, they literally had the fucking nerve to say that Justin Fields took what they told him to do as being an athlete. They said he took it well and didn't complain about it. Let me repeat that. He took well what they told him to do when it comes down to their offense. They told him to run the damn ball, and every so often we're going to ask you to throw it. He took that well. Why would any quarterback with the ability that Justin Fields have a problem with running the damn ball? That's what he's good at. So he wouldn't have a problem. You're not stretching this guy. You're not making him a better quarterback if you're telling him to just sit there and run, Negro. You're not making this guy a better quarterback by telling him to run. This is why Arthur Smith in his system that he has mobile quarterbacks, but if these quarterbacks don't have the ability to make the necessary throws, this is what happens. They end up getting benched, like Marcus Mariota. Marcus Mariota was dynamic with his legs, but when it came down to making those critical throws, he couldn't do it. So why would Justin Fields have a problem with running the damn ball? He's great at that. It don't take him too much effort to do that. That comes natural. And this is the reason why I say Justin Fields, he needs to get a team around him that's going to look out for his best interest. Because in a couple of years, Justin Fields going to be looking at himself saying, damn, I should have sat down with Peyton Manning or somebody to help me, become a better quarterback. Oh, it's coming. Believe that. He has the skills, but he needs to sit down, get with the right coach, get with the right people around him, and improve as a quarterback first and foremost. Tony, man, Tony, it's so frustrating to hear and like I said, I've heard some people that I highly respect, and I'm talking about I admire these guys, say the most puzzling things when it comes down to Arthur Smith. That he's not doing Desmond Ridder a favor because he didn't play him earlier. Like that, it baffles me to hear people say these types of things. It's crazy. You just want to throw these kids out here and just say, all right, go be great. Like, you ain't even preparing them. You're not preparing these guys to be great players. You're not even preparing them for situations. You're just saying, all right, just go out there and show us what you can do. If you make a bad throw, we'll slow it down. But just go out here and just be great. Like, come on, bro. That's nonsense. And Jude, his dad, like I said, Jude dad is a Bears fan, man. So look, he knows a trash organization. Khythekid. if they were to put Desmond Ridder on the trading block, you would have all NFL teams. Look, there'll be a lot of teams. Like I said, I'm not trying to paint a picture that Desmond Ridder is going to be a Hall of Famer or he's even going to be a great quarterback. But the fact of the matter is, this guy has not garnered the hate or the lack of respect that he's been shown. He's done nothing to say, all right, I don't trust Desmond Ridder because he's looked great against good teams. Did we not just see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers team that had a highly respected defense? And not only that, we talking about Baltimore Ravens. He looked good against them. These are defenses that some of the best quarterbacks struggle against. He looked okay. He looked decent against them. And there was a couple of plays that, let's be real, if Kyle Pitts was playing, we talking about a whole different dynamic of offense for the Atlanta Falcons. Because now he's not just focusing on Drake London. And we forget about Drake London. Drake London just set a rookie record. And a lot of that was due to the fact that he and Desmond Ridder had chemistry. The dudes had chemistry. The fact that this dude made Michael Pruitt a household name, and we're trying to say that this guy has not garnered enough respect to say, all right, he is our quarterback one. That's fucking foolishness. It's foolishness to say that this man has not garnered enough respect to say he is a quarterback one, that he needs to be pushed. What the hell? That we need to go out and just, bring in a better. We need to draft a quarterback in the second and third round just to push him. Like, come on, bro. Do we do that for Tom Brady? Do we do it? Did they not do that for other quarterbacks? You do that for other quarterbacks in the NFL, they be looking for a trade. But we want to do that. We want to do that to Desmond Ridder, who has done absolutely nothing to say, all right, maybe we need to draft a quarterback number one. Because I don't know if he's the guy. The fact of the matter is, people want him gone because he doesn't fit what we perceive to be Atlanta Falcons worthy. And that's the dang on truth. All I'm saying is, let's not disrespect this man and say he's not a quality football player, because this guy is more than a quality football player. One of the main reasons why Desmond Ridder is not a first round pick is because he went to Cincinnati. Let's keep that real. The dude almost beat Georgia, bro, in a bowl game. And we're talking about that Georgia defense that was just starting. That defense, that Georgia defense that was just starting, yeah, he almost beat that defense. But somehow this guy does not deserve enough respect to say he is quarterback one and we need to bring in other quarterbacks to push him. Like, you don't say that shit to Grady Jarrett. Say, oh, we need to bring in another guy to push Grady Jarrett to be. Come on, bro. Like, come on, stop. Don't matter. Rams are going all the way. Oh, Lord. Look, he need a hug, or Ramilla, she need a hug, or whatever. I don't fucking know. He need a damn hug. Y'all depressed. Y'all head coach, your Hall of Fame player. He don't know if he want to play football anymore. The Rams, like, never mind them. They need a hug. So everybody show Ramilla some love and there. Give him a hug, man. Tony, it happens all the time. It's all good. We welcome these people because they look, they'll never forget how they felt over here. They'll feel over here. So we're gonna go in on your partner. You better come in with your A game because yeah, you gonna get that work over here. They sold only to miss the playoff the next year. Boy, get out of here. Man, come over here talking about they going to the Super Bowl. Man, you ain't even make the playoff this year. The hell you talking about? Ridder played so many defensive players that are great in the NFL. He was coming out of college. Like, bro, that's the thing, man. Like I said, I don't understand the disrespect. And like I said, I'm not gonna say hate because that's a little bit far. But there is a lot of disrespect being thrown at Desmond Ridder, and he doesn't deserve that at all. Because he's done nothing but show he's a quality quarterback. And that's really what you look for in a quarterback. Because we're saying time and time again now is that franchises don't know if they even want to pay quarterback 50, 40, $50 million anymore. The Ravens, boy, they struggling with that, you know, with that idea of paying Lamar $50 million. It's been shown that he might get like 260, but the Ravens are thinking twice about that. And you look at Arizona. Arizona is boy. They in for it. That organization is going straight down the gutter. The organization, that Arizona organization, yeah, they're going straight in the trash right now. Why? Because they played that 5'2" quarterback who run around like private eye, inch eye, private eye, run around in circles, throwing the ball, can't stand in the pocket, so he run outside. Like he can't do anything. Y'all paying him $50 million to do that. So I would rather keep Ridder, who's going to be a competent quarterback, and I'm not looking for like I think a thing too. How many Falcons fans are looking for another Mike Vick, Matt Ryan type level quarterback? Because I'm not. You're never going to see that ever again in this franchise. This is what I really want people to understand. You're never going to see that ever, ever, ever again. You will never see another Mike Vick. You will never see another Matt Ryan. So the expectations of our Falcons fans, and I remember somebody saying this to me, our expectations for Falcons is just way too high. Our expectations, and quite frankly, we just spoiled, bro. We seen one of the greatest, if not the greatest, mobile quarterback in the history of the game in Michael Vick, who pretty much started this revolution when it comes down to mobile quarterback and mobility. Like he started this. Not saying that other quarterbacks wasn't mobile, but like as far as dynamics and their running athletic ability, Mike Vick is the standard. There will never be another quarterback in this franchise history as great of a quarterback as Matt Ryan. One of the most intelligent quarterbacks to ever grace the fucking field, and Matt Ryan. The most gifted, accurate quarterbacks in the history of the game. There will never be another Matt Ryan. There will never be another Mike Vick. So we are spoiled as fans because we've been used to greatness. Let's just be honest. We've been used to greatness. Michael Vick is a great football player. Matt Ryan is a great football player. Julio Jones is a great football player. Deion Sanders is a great football player. Chuck Smith, all these guys are great football players. We're used to greatness. Jesse Tucker, we're used to greatness. So we expect, because guys are in the draft, that we perceive or think are good, that these guys are going to turn out to be Matt Ryan. That's never going to be that. You're never going to see that type of play ever again in this franchise. I'm here to tell you, you're never going to see it ever again. I'm not saying that these guys, we might not have, great players, but we talk about quarterbacks, the level of Matt Ryan and Mike Vick, never gonna see that, bro. Never gonna see that. And it's time Falcons fans understand that. And I'm gonna say this, and this might not hit you guys well, me saying this, but expect mediocrity. I'm gonna say it again. Expect mediocrity when it comes down to the Falcons quarterback position. Expect that. I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna say it the third time. I might even say it a fourth time. Expect mediocrity when it comes down to the quarterback position. Because we can win with a mediocre quarterback. You can't win a championship with a mediocre quarterback. Okay? You can win a Super Bowl with a mediocre quarterback. It's possible. And this is why you have to put more emphasis on the other aspects of football: the defense, special team, coaching, front office. This is why all those other elements are so important, because oftentimes you're never going to get a quarterback like that. Here thing to me, he has a skill set to be, not saying that he's going to be it, the combine, but he is a good quarterback, a good athlete. Why do people want him out? And Southside, that's the thing, because we're Falcons fans are so used to having great players. And like I said, I'm not saying I don't want a great player, but the chances are that we ever see quarterbacks like Matt Ryan and Mike Vick, it's just not going to happen. We got to understand that that will never ever happen again. Chances are that will never ever happen again. We still got organizations that's still looking for their first Michael Vick. We still got organizations that's still looking for their first Matt Ryan. They've yet to even have that. Michael Vick was the first quarterback in the NFL with $100 million contract. Bro, chances are you're never going to see that. Michael Vick took the NFL by storm. He changed, he revolutionized the game, bro. You're never going to see that again. So chances are we're not going to see that. So we got to stop expecting that. It's not going to happen. And like I said, I know that turned off a lot of people saying that. Look, I know that's not going to be a populist take. I know that's not going to be take. Oh, Mike, here you go, Mike. Here he go again. He's selling for mediocrity. No, I'm not. I'm selling for a great team, not great players. There's a difference. I'm selling for a great team, not great players. You build a great team, you can pass, you can kind of, you know, you can get over having, trying to get that one superstar player, whether it's on offense or defense. Because so many organizations be looking and searching for these special players that they don't even take the time out to build quality defense. For example, nobody would have even thought that Hassan Reddick would be as good as a pass rusher he is. He got passed on. Hassan Reddick, nobody thought that Fletcher Cox would be as good as he was in Philadelphia. But those guys end up becoming damn good players. The Philadelphia Eagles have a whole bunch of guys that are absolutely average at best when it comes down to rushing the passer, and they have one of the best defensive line in the league because they have a whole bunch of guys that specialize in one particular thing, and that's get after quarterback. They're not great. Most of these guys probably won't even get in the Hall of Fame, but they do one thing well: they get after the quarterback. And if you have a whole bunch of guys that do one particular thing, that's how your team can become dangerous. And that's why the Philadelphia Eagles are in the Super Bowl, because they have a whole bunch of guys that specialize in getting after the quarterback. Doug Williams, Dilfer, Foles, Johnson. Like, bro, it's so you don't have to have great quarterbacks to win Super Bowls. It's been proven. Like, I'm telling you right now, Fred, chances are he's never going to be great. Okay? Gotta stop that. We got, like, we put these expectation on players instead of just letting their players be. Sometimes a player is just a good player. And there's nothing wrong with being a good player. Wouldn't mind Brandon. And like I said, Brandon Graham. I'm looking at him. That's another guy that I have on my radar coming to Atlanta. Coming in. We draft a rookie, come in, sign him to a little deal so he can mentor him, much like we did with Vic Beasley and Dwight Freeney. Like, we need those guys. But like I said, nobody thought Reddick would be this much good. Like, nobody thought he would be this good. He was a very good, a quality pass rusher, but nobody thought he would get to this particular spot. And that's the thing. Like, you got to wait for guys. I can't predict the future when it comes down to greatness. Chances are you don't get LeBrons everywhere. You don't get Michael Jordans every year. You don't run into a Shaquille O'Neal every day. Those guys are legendary for a reason. They're one in a million. You'll never see another Mike Vick. You'll never see another Matt Ryan ever. Graham market value at 3.4. Yeah, that can get around by three. I think you can sign him for about a 2 year, probably 3 year, $10 million. Give him about 4 or 5 million right up front. That'll be good. And then the next couple of years, you can end up, cutting him, similar to what they did with on the deal that they have Marcus Mariota. And JB Jr. Stetson Bennett is a quarterback that can do a world of wonders for the Falcons. Explain to me how. Now, this is a serious question. Explain to me how you feel that Stetson Bennett can be do wonders for the Atlanta Falcons. Now, I really want this question. I want everybody to answer that. Like, how do you guys think that Stetson Bennett can do wonders by the Falcons? Because the key word he said he can do wonders for the Atlanta Falcons. I want to know why, and I'll give you my honest opinion and thoughts on him. People don't remember how many seasons under 4,000 Brady had early on. And like I said, Brady wasn't out. He grew into the great player that he was for many reasons that I won't go into, but he grew into that role. Tom Brady didn't grow into, he didn't hit the scene throwing for 5,000 yards like a Peyton Manning did. Like, these guys, Aaron Rodgers did. Like, he didn't hit the scene their first 4 or 5 games and just went berserk. That didn't happen. He had adequate games, adequate seasons, above average seasons, and then he turned into a quality player over time. And this is the thing that, like, Tom Brady is the epitome of patience. Tom Brady is the epitome of patience. Stop trying to turn these guys into great Hall of Fame legend quarterbacks in 2 years and be patient with them. Build a proper team around them. Build a defense. Build a offensive line, a running game, and let him grow into the quarterback. But we so quick to push quarterbacks and say, here, go ahead and throw for 5,000 yards immediately. Let these guys grow. I'll go out on a limb and say that no quarterback out of college is ready for the NFL, but college is not great training ground for NFL. And I've been saying that same thing for years. I don't think there's a single quarterback in this draft that's ready to be an NFL quarterback. This RPO stuff has killed the development, and I'm talking about the mindset of a quarterback. Quarterbacks do not know how to run an offense mentally. They don't know how to read a defense. They've been told everything to do. They've been told what to do. They've been told what to do. Yeah, they've been told what to do when it comes down to college. They sit on the sideline with those pictures and whatever the hell it be, clowns and ducks and all this on a damn billboard. Like, what the hell that mean? This is why the success rate when it comes down to most of these quarterbacks in the NFL is getting lower and lower. These guys are failing year after year. You might get one quarterback out of NFL draft right now that's worth anything. Is the reason why Brock Purdy's and guys that in the seventh round and undrafted free agents like Taylor Heineke, like these guys will end up being quality quarterbacks because it took years for them to develop. Took years for these guys to develop. Most of these guys like Justin Field, these guys end up busting because y'all threw them out there and say, all right, go be great. He can throw the ball 70 yards. Go out there and be great. You're not even going to prepare him, but you're just going to throw him out there. These guys are seasoned quarterbacks. Most of these quarterbacks you've seen that had success in the NFL, they've had success or they have experienced other places. Bad, yeah, I'm still looking. Hold on. He has heart. He has beat. Hold on. What? He has heart, and heart beats talent. How many MVPs he won in college playoff games? He won every game. He won every last one of them. 21 was the worst defense was on. Well, let me say this. You can have all the heart in the world, but you still gotta have skill, bro. Okay. So that right there is not necessarily true. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's like heart is something that is desirable trait in the NFL. We've seen several guys in the NFL that have had heart, but they just don't have the talent. And one of those guys is Tim Tebow. Guy got hell of heart. Taysom Hill, hell of heart. Like the guy plays hard. He's a runner, but he just sucks as quarterback. Both of the guys are just fucking. I mean, they just suck at quarterback. Guys like Corey Bierman. Corey Bierman had heart, but he just wasn't good. He just didn't have the talent to keep up with it. Guys like Thomas Deku, I thought he had hella heart out there. I thought he played well. I thought he played hard. I thought Thomas Deku played hard, but he just wasn't good. There's so many players out here that play with heart, but these guys just aren't very good. Heart isn't enough in the NFL. We got several guys in the NFL that has heart. But in the NFL, you have to have both. You can't have one without the other. You have to have some talent. So when it comes down to Stetson Bennett and whether or not he'll be a good quarterback in the NFL. I like personally, I don't think he has a strong arm. I think he has an average arm at best. I don't think he's a great athlete. I think he's an average athlete at best. Um, I like. I think for the college game, he's an intelligent quarterback. Um, but in the NFL, that, like that only goes so far, man. I don't think he's a great. Like he doesn't have great numbers. He was a walk on at Georgia. It's like I said, all of that's good for the college game. So it's like the NFL is completely different. This is the best of the best. The best athletes, the best. We talking about guys that are smartest. They understand the game. Like he's just gonna be a regular guy in the NFL. So I don't think that when you talk about his skill set, I just don't see the skill set when it comes down to Stetson Bennett and whether or not he'll be, a third round pick or anything higher than that. I think it's crazy to think that Stetson Bennett could be a third round draft pick. But if Tim Tebow can be a first round pick, and I'm even pushing it saying that Tim Tebow had skill. Like he was a fast guy, he was a big guy, he had skills as a runner. But I just don't see any skills when it comes. I don't see anything that's special about Stetson Bennett. I'm gonna just be real. I don't see anything that's special. I think anybody in the NFL does that. Most of the guys in the NFL does exactly what Stetson Bennett is. So he'll fit in, but like you said, he's gonna work wonders for the Falcons. I don't see how that'll work. I don't see how Stetson Bennett will work wonders for the Falcons or any team. I think he'll be just a regular guy. And we see guys like Jacob Eason. Jacob Eason has a big time arm, and he's just a regular guy in the NFL. There's so many regular guys in the NFL, bro. And like I said, this isn't something that's just you know specific to Stetson Bennett. It's just like the NFL is the great of the greatest, the best of the best, the most athletic of the athletic, the smartest of the smartest. It's like everybody is gifted. So he's gonna have to wait his time, and he's gonna have to, you know, he's gonna have to, like I said, he's gonna have to get there first. Getting arrested ain't you know, ain't necessarily a good way to start your NFL career either. So, like I said, man, it's you gotta, like I said, you gotta show that you gotta show you that you worth it. And like I said, this I just don't see Rico Allen. He had heart, but Rico Allen had skill, bro. The dude can play almost every like the dude can play every position in the secondary. That's skill. Yeah, I think that was a huge mistake, D. Coleman, to not be at the Senior Bowl, bro. Like you, Stetson Bennett, bro. Bro, this dude barely 5'10", man. Why are you not at the Senior Bowl? Like that's crazy. Some quarterbacks' eyes and processing speed never catches up to the NFL. Xavier, bro, that is an amazing comment. Making them average despite the fact they're giving them phenomenal physical attributes. Bro, that's an amazing comment right there. That's exactly what we're talking about. It's like sometimes your mind just don't catch up to what your body's ability is. And that's the NFL. A lot of these guys are moving just as fast. They're just as athletic as you are. So how you beat those guys is one by heart, but two by determination, but three work ethic. You gotta outwork them. KZ is another one. This man said did a wonderful job on the scout team. Look, man, look. It's not a Stetson Bennett beat up Stetson Bennett live. All I'm saying is don't get your hopes up when it comes down to quarterbacks. Chances are most college quarterbacks that win national championships fail in the NFL. Okay, I just want you to know that most college quarterbacks that actually have success in college, most of them fail in the NFL. I'm gonna say that again. Most of the quarterbacks that have success in the in college game end up failing in the NFL, and there's a reason for that. So this is, like I said, this is even something that's solely Stetson Bennett. That goes for everybody. I don't think Bryce Young is gonna be a great quarterback. I think he'll be an okay quarterback. But looking at him, it's like I've seen instances, especially against Georgia, Auburn, where he was getting his ass destroyed. He looked like he wanted to quit. Like Auburn was giving the business. They were about to break that dude back. They were about to break this kid. Georgia was smashing this dude, and he looked like he looked like he didn't want no more. He couldn't take no more. So it's like the physical aspect of the game, the mental aspect of the game. Like the NFL game is the best of the best, bro. We've been dealing with the media bias since 1966 with ownership. That right there. Yeah. And like I said, it's for whatever reason the national media has a problem with Georgia in its entirety. Because let's be honest, even when the Braves won the national championship, man, the national championship, but even when they won the World Series, we got like a couple of segments and that was it. It was over. They did the same thing with the Bulldogs. Got a couple of segments, did nothing for them. So Georgia just don't get the respect that they do, that they should. Would you spend the eighth on Gonzalez, Witherspoon, or Porter Jr.? Well, I'm not spending on either one. I'm just not doing. I don't think those guys are quality um, picks for that eighth position. For the simple fact of what the Falcons need. Right? Let me say that again. I don't think those guys are quality picks for the Atlanta Falcons based on what we need and what we have. We don't need, we're not dying for a corner. So Gonzalez and Joey Porter at the eight pick will be a waste of a pick, in my opinion, because the Falcons have so much of the need. So we have an AJ Terrell, we have a quality backup, in my opinion, in D. Alford, um, and we can go out, re-sign Isaiah Oliver, because it seems as though that they're gonna go back to these long, lengthy DBs based on what I'm seeing in the Senior Bowl. So I think we're gonna go. We still gonna. I think we might bring back Isaiah Oliver based on what I've seen in the Senior Bowl. They really going after these long, lengthy DBs. So I think that's something that's gonna continue with the Falcons. So I don't see that the Falcons in this particular moment, like we gotta say too, that first round pick for the Falcons. I like this. My personal opinion. I think when you talk about, and I saw Kevin Knight, he said this on Twitter, and a lot of people been saying this also, is that it's the best player available. Well, that only is something that a team with the Falcons when they're completely building from the bottom. The Falcons aren't building from the bottom anymore. So the best player available doesn't make any sense for the Atlanta Falcons, especially when you have Drake London, you have Kyle Pitts, you have pieces on the defense. So I don't think the best player available is something that's smart. I think it's ignorant if you go out and get a running back and try to put him on the Falcon team. I just think that's idiotic because you have so many other holes on defense, in particular is the defensive line. So I don't think a corner is going to help that defensive line. I don't think having a corner at that particular position at 8 would be a smart move. I think you would trade down anywhere from 17, 15 and below, and then you may pick up Gonzalez. That's what I'm thinking. I like Joey Porter Jr. I like Gonzalez. I like Gonzalez a lot more because I think he has a knack for the ball that I like. He's a little bit more aggressive um, as a tackler. But I say Gonzalez, but I'm trading down. You cannot get a cornerback at that position for the Atlanta Falcons. That's not a quality pick. Yeah, I like Wilson from Texas Tech. Like I said, Kev not so much. He's not sold on him too much, especially at that 8 position. Um, but I'll say this about like he just has that nasty streak. When he gets his eyes on you, it's hard to stop Wilson. Like that dude, like he when he sees you, he like it's you're not going to slow him down. You can have to knock him out to slow him down, and that's I believe that's the type of defensive edge guy that we need. Somebody like you got to knock him out in order to stop him. I think Wilson is that type of guy. Nah, I like Witherspoon is good, but Gonzalez guy, he's a playmaker, man. That dude is a playmaker. That dude got ball skills like crazy. In the NFL, it's about ball skills. That's why your boy in what the hell his name? Good God, I just had it. But the cornerback with New York, right? That's why he is so. That's why he highly coveted coming out because he got ball skills, and Gonzalez got the best ball skills in my opinion. Dude got crazy ball skills. And Terrell, he was another corner coming out. He had great ball skills. AJ Terrell had great ball skills coming out. You know, it's like those are the things you look for in corners with ball skills. And I think Gonzalez just got the best ball skills of what I've seen so far. Just to be honest, a lot of people got better traits, but like as far as the ball skills, you don't find them ball skills. Like Asante Samuel Jr. and Senior, like they didn't have the best like numbers as far as the corners concerned. They were up there, but what set them apart is them ball skills, bro, and them instincts. Ball skills and instinct was essentially the same thing. It's something that you can't you can't you can't teach that. Like I said, I wouldn't be mad at Gonzalez, man. Like I said, I just think with Gonzalez, he just got this ball skills. It's just something about like every time the ball's in the air, he making the play on it, he tackling. Like it's just something about Gonzalez, man. You just never see any wasted movement or wasted plays with him. And that's the great thing about corners. When you see corners that don't waste plays and they don't take plays off, you better get that motherfucker. You better jump on them. And D Coleman, the fact that he's raw is even better. You already have a pretty much complete corner in AJ Terrell. So him having a raw, he can make mistakes. That's what makes it so good. So like I said, I'm not in favor of taking a corner at 8, but like if we trade down, get a couple more picks, and then we can double up on edge and the D line in the second, third rounds. Yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah, I'm going with Wilson at 8 if we stay. Wilson or uh, Miles Murphy. I'm going with those guys if I'm staying at 8. But like I appreciate y'all, man. I'm about to head. Um, I appreciate you for joining us, but I had to get that out, man. And ending, the thing that really frustrates me when it comes down to this particular, um, the media in particular, when it comes down to Desmond Ridder, is that he getting unnecessary hate. I won't even say hatred, but he's getting disrespect based on absolutely nothing. He's done nothing to garner this much disrespect. Like players, team people don't even want to give him no credit because they so infatuated with what everybody else is doing. Oh, look what Brock Purdy is doing. If we don't get, if he's not doing what he's doing, then he's a bust. This guy like Trevor Lawrence, he look like an absolute stud right now. If he ain't doing what Trevor Lawrence doing, then he's a bust. Like it doesn't even make sense. You won't even take into account that Jacksonville had a good defense. 49ers got a good defense. The Bills got a good defense. Most of the teams that have these quarterbacks have a good defense. Desmond Ridder still looking for that good defense. We're, I think we was ranked 16th in the league, so we have a long way to go. But we were at the bottom of the league when it come down to sacks, and we're bottom of the league when it come down to pass. Yeah, we're not a very good defense. We still got a ways to go going down to defense. We improved, but we got a ways to go. And I think that's the problem. Give this man time, get this team time to improve and get more players, get more depth. We'll start seeing the best of the Atlanta Falcons. So with that being said, man, I'm about to head out. I appreciate y'all joining us. Hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends to come chat Falcons football with your boy. Man, Mike Sports, Atlanta Falcons Nation, 6-Man K-Style, Jew Talk Sports. Blackberry Rex, all the Coach Unchanged, all of us, man. Give us some love. And like always, hey, man, keep up with your people. Tell them you love them. You never know, man. That's all I got to say about that. I'm out.